They're remaking Guys Like Us. Oh, we found all the smoking guns. Guys Like Us remake has been discussed a few times on a website about upcoming films called Move News. Rumor cast is Cameron Diaz, originated by Gwen, Linda, and Chris. Oh, puts an immediate hiatus due to Ron dropping out in the wake of serious medical issues. So is that a rumor? Huh. I want to be so upset if so. This is the thing. We know for a fact that she was pregnant with you. But what? You two, I honestly don't know. I really don't. I don't want you guys to be Roottrees. That's the thing. And that's just because I want you guys to be the one good family on this freaking tree. Man, might be, I don't know. Let's look. Okay. I do think you are. What am I missing? Somebody's wrong. I feel like you are impossible to prove at this point. So I'm not touching that. You're a nurse. You're in retail. This is true. This is true. That is true. Please don't be Roottrees. Let's put no back. Let's put yes here. This is gonna annoy me so much. Let's just put a no. Eh. No, yes. Oh. You. We don't know. Am I missing? I think everybody is covered, but somebody's wrong. So, we don't know. There's no way to figure that out right now. Oh wait, these last two are optional. You can summon these last two are optional. You can summon Sam and Clark whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. Let's see. I feel like this is right. I feel like that's right for sure. You guys have red hair though. I'm gonna put let's see. I feel like it's your brother, not you. But that's something that we really don't know. Also, you guys. We can... The freaking shit. I really don't want you guys to be Roottrees, man. See, I do think it's your brother. I do think it's your brother. Ugh. I do think am I missing something here? Basket baby. Store can be a maybe. This mark. You are the basket baby. And then wait. Technically, you probably would be. Let's put man, you're something, but I'm not sure. Hmm. Ugh. Okay, something's what am I missing? Is it something? It's either you, Mary Beth. What's the husband's name? Sterling Edsel. EDSEL. I don't know what I'm missing. Oh, that's annoying. You know what? I know this is true. We found out you were found, so I'm going to keep that there for now. Even though we know something's going on there. I really don't want you guys. You know what? Because I'm trying to have faith, even though you're both redheaded. Oh, man. When I found the last thing for you, it said red herring. So I'm going to keep that like that. You know what? I'm going to put it in. Let's see. I'm ready. I don't know, but let's confirm it. We finished it. Daniel, the picture, that picture, okay. The family tree is done. Booyah. Come on.
Beatrice and Courtney May. Clark, can you swing another test against Bonnie's DNA?
This time I'll be sure to have them verify both samples in person.
1 week later.
Using the family tree you filled out, as well as DNA tests, we were able to uncover the truth behind all the inconsistencies.
How did it go?
Clark's handling the business, but I've come to thank you and fill you in on everything we've learned. Buckle up, because it's been one heck of a week.
Come on, tell us
Actually,
everything.
That's an understatement. It's not every week you discover your family company is being sabotaged by someone they trusted. But that's the kind of time we've been having. Like I said, buckle up. Maybe grab some popcorn. We'll start with Guy Hudson.
Oh, let's go.
Guy had a frankly ridiculous number of potential children. What shocked me is how many graduated from potential to confirmed.
So, who's true? Who's right?
We can even prove he was aware of them. The smoking gun was how he used company money to pay off a lot of women.
That was obvious.
He hid it with a method inspired by his idol, Elias. 5-piece flavors. The flavors he was paying to research were a ruse.
Kind of figure that. Well, I didn't know 100%, but it made sense. Okay.
He developed flavors based on the initials of the women he was paying.
Are you
Which
kidding
was really
me?
Stupid, considering one of their names started with X.
I did not realize that. That's so annoying. It's freaking cool, but it makes sense. Susan, Sonia, Tenu, Beatrice, Christine.
Let's start with Christine. Guy was paying her under the name Caviar, but there were some other clues. James was born 9 months after Zach's party.
Okay. I did not pay attention to that.
Christine was there with Guy, and when she got pregnant, she panicked. Steve stepped up. He even turned it into one of his recipe stories.
Oh, I got that wrong.
Not all of Guy's affairs led to offspring. He may have slept with Robin Martin, but she didn't have children, so we'll never know.
So it was James, but not the younger one. And that's how they were able to buy it. The restaurant.
Also, not every child of Guy's affair partners were his. Robert Garland was born after his parents had already moved to Boston.
Makes sense. So I got this wrong. Well, I got one wrong. One was actually right.
Skipping Beatrice for now. Up next is Leng Xinyu. When Guy showed up in China, she was into America. And Americans. Dare I say redheads, even?
You are the... Okay.
When she got pregnant, her father paid key genes to fake IVF. They claimed her sister was unable to conceive.
You knew that?
But her sister and Jerry had their own son, Mark.
So Mark is okay. That was right.
Sonia Alves was soon after. Nia was married at a very young age to a much older husband. She resented him. I don't blame her. They allegedly spent no time together in private. Guy was in Brazil during Christmas 1979. It's the only Christmas not in the records. Flavio was born 9 months later, and like the others, Guy started paying Sonia.
We knew that. Got that right.
Last was Susan Ford, hired to translate for Guy's overseas trips. It's easy to read into Guy's donation to her school, but there's no definitive proof there. She and Guy were witnessed together near the end of his life. Susan's husband was convinced he couldn't be the father of her daughters. Guy, though, paid double. The price of twins.
Let's see. Then you were... So you were Sugar Plum. think. Got it. Okay.
So, what about 5Ps? Felix Fellow's mother, Joanna, doesn't have a 5 pieces flavor. On top of that, his story doesn't really add up.
Nope.
His mother already left the company by the time Guy became president, and his lyrics indicate he was born sometime around 1975. Alone, that wouldn't necessarily prove it, but there are some suspicious connections between Felix and the company's current lawyer, Ruby Spratt.
Yep.
They both grew up in Portland, in foster care, and according to the local paper, they definitely knew one another. Ruby was the one who approached the Roottrees to begin with. It was all a setup. Ruby and Felix saw my book's challenge to the Clancet Trust as an opportunity. His mother really had worked for Roottree, and Ruby was a respected lawyer. She exploited my family's greed, worked her way into control of the trust, and ensured Felix got a piece. But if you look at the two DNA tests that Ruby handled, they were both supposedly tested against Bonnie Hudson.
I'm so happy I caught that.
But the two signatures that should both represent Bonnie don't match. After Clark and I confronted
I didn't even look at that.
Ruby
I look at this.
Ironic, I know.
Yep.
We suspect Ruby had Donatico test Felix against his own mother's DNA. He had a hairbrush of hers. They sent the female sample in remotely. On the second test, Bonnie's sample was tested locally, but Courtney May's was not. Ruby's been throwing away samples. We think she sent her own hair instead of Courtney May's, but it could have been anyone's. Ruby and Felix were in cahoots. As for why, they were both advocates of wealth redistribution. A noble effort, but once they controlled the family fortune, they became just as greedy as the worst members of my family. The money corrupted them. They were so eager to personally wield the wealth for their own cause that they sabotaged any other claims.
Babe, it was not.
That finally brings us to Anonymom, aka Beatrice Watts. Her tales of Guy's parties and payoffs were true. She even approached Ruby before 5Ps was on news time.
A whole bunch of people need to apologize to her.
Ruby used Beatrice's truths to make Felix's lies feel real, then ruined the DNA test so that Beatrice looked phony in the public court of opinion. I feel worst for her in all of this.
Yep. So far I only got one wrong.
Ruby and Felix stole the show, there were some other potential new family members as well. Miracle Roottree was less of an open and shut case. That said, it's very likely he had a son with Mary Beth Clementine. Not Stuart. Mary Beth adopted him before she ever set foot in Butler County. That leaves Mark. The timeline fits.
And I knew it. I freaking... That's two. That's technically three. That's three.
He showed up about 9 months after Mary Beth visited Miracle. And the basket baby story is
and the freaking sister-in-law knew.
If that's not enough on its own.
Yep.
He was also bailed out by the sister of Edith Roottree, Miracle Jr.'s wife, after she changed her name to win that silly contest. Our best guess is that Mark was told by his mother whose son he was, and used that fact to put some pressure on Miracle Jr. We have no real proof of that, but nothing else really makes sense for why they'd be connected in that way.
That's what I get for changing mine. Well, I knew it. I knew it. That's 3 wrong.
Elias's affair was the most ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias to do things he wouldn't have otherwise done, like pressure to include me in the family. My son even mentioned them arguing about someone named Beth. Combined with Gwyneth's lisp, it's possible the name was actually Bess.
That's where that came in at. Got it.
Unfortunately, all we know about Bess Williams is that she wrote his book and died not long after, leaving her only son an orphan. The timeline fits with Wildcat, but there's no record if she had any other relationship. Honestly, I wouldn't say we had enough evidence either way.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if Elias cheated. Of course, I'm a bit biased. Regardless, we haven't gotten in touch with any of the Williams clan yet. That means we haven't been able to do a DNA test. As Clark mentioned, from here on out, all of our DNA tests will be in person for both parties.
Okay, that was right.
Lastly, we have a bit of a curveball. Ron Roottree isn't related to us by blood. Gwyn was definitely pregnant, so it's likely Robbie is.
And that's sad, because Ryan was the one who was trying to get rid of Robbie at the time.
When Ron and Robbie went to visit their mother at the end of her life, something changed. Additionally, there have been a few rumors circling around Ron. RR Productions canceled the Guys Like Us remake due to the director's illness. At the same time, Ron's wife Penelope began doing benefits for Huntington's disease, stating that she had become familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
Huntington's is the same disease that Gwyn's former co-star Leslie Florence had. It's passed from parent to child. It can't skip a generation. Because Gwyn and Wild Bill didn't have Huntington's, and Ron seems to, it's impossible Gwyn was his mother.
That's
I
sad.
recently confirmed all this with Ron. At the end of her life, Gwyn told Ron the story. Leslie and Bill had an affair the same year Leslie learned she had Huntington's. Leslie got pregnant.
Wow.
Leslie
Wow.
wasn't likely
He was
to
a piece of
survive
cake.
to see her child grow up. And even if she did, she didn't want to be a burden. She begged Gwyn and Wild Bill to adopt her child.
Huh.
Gwyn did. Mere weeks after she found out she was having her own son, she also took in Ron. Wild Bill was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Unreliable and a serial adulterer. Gwyn divorced him and never saw him again.
Good on her.
Gwyn had already told Starlet she was pregnant, so it never really made waves when people saw her with a child in Paris. There was gossip during her divorce when she was discovered to be pregnant again. In actuality, it was the final months of her only pregnancy. To lay low, she stayed in Paris long enough that even her own family never had reason to question the timeline.
Oh, yeah. That was from the very beginning of the first part of the
It's one
Roottrees Are
heck of a
Dead.
story, and frankly, nobody could be expected to piece the timeline together. Not with what few mentions
so mad I
of
got
Gwyn's
3
past
wrong.
have survived. But the Huntingtons itself? That's proof.
Mm-hmm. Poor Ron.
Ron suing Robbie to remove him from the Clancet Trust was a huge moment in my story, and a major catalyst for this entire investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Finding out that it's been pretty much backwards this whole time has been a bit surreal. So that's where we're at. Looking over the information you sent us was useful. Without your tree, I'm not sure we would have ever discovered Ruby. All this information, this entire story, it's a lot, in more ways than one. Some of it has the potential to destroy marriages and ruin relationships.
It does.
We're handling it all very, very carefully, but we couldn't have gotten here without you. And with that, I guess our tale has finally, truly come to an end. What a strange one it was. No words can express how grateful I am to you for untangling this mess. Honestly, I've had enough of my family's eccentricities and scandals for one lifetime. I imagine you have as well.
Not really.
And if not, well, there's always Elias's and Gwyneth's brothers and sisters.
Attention, attention, Roottrees. This is 5-piece coming at you from the real world.
This freaking song.
The place you ain't ever lived in.
You say money is a root
I do like the chorus.
problems.
Man, y'all are hypocrites, sitting back in your massive estates, built from the cash that your ancestors gave you, acting like you somehow deserve it, based on your family's creations. Yo, but looky here, sonny, don't you come for our money, or you might burn bright in hellfire someday, like that Madsen chick and her two dads. My pappy's cleansing trust should keep you away. Yo, it's disturbing, catching a sermon from a geezer who's never known hurt, but blurts out these claims that somehow we're sinners cause we didn't earn it. When all of your worth it came free with your name, you expect me to treat your lectures on greed as some expert creed from he without blame. How about instead, I turn my other cheeks and spread them. When you give me a kiss, you'll know just where to aim.
You say money is a root of all your problems. Let me take those problems away.
Whoever calls dollars the root of all evil, just trying to make small pursuits of real people. You silver spoon feeds you the world's purest treacle, while real world folks burning spoons for the needle. So once more with passion, tell this poor tragic orphan how your mansions and Porsches are actually horrible.
How I'm better off penniless, grasping for morsels. How wanting my share.
That's actually extortion with your candy ass name, synonymous with sweets. Oh, you wanna call me classless? I'm gangster from Portland, but I play that game. I came up on the streets, the only streets you reppin' are Park Place and Boardwalk. Hypocrisy, monopoly is toppling. When I knock, have G's.
Top off my pockets, please.
Cause the same God that got to steal my mom from me is what he wants, right? With you to live in poverty. And if you're suddenly not eager to unhand that fortune, that's unfortunate. I guess I'm gonna have to take my portion, and I'll do it all legally. Class action, courtrooms, decorum, I'm way past your fancy ass dormant.
You say money is a root of all your problems. Let me take those problems away.
Bring the choir in.
You say money is a root of all your problems. Let me take those problems away.
Yeah.
You say money is a root of all your problems. Let me take those problems away.
Whoever calls dollars the root of all evil, just trying to make small pursuits of real people. You silver spoon feeds you the world's purest treacle, while real world folks burning spoons for the needle. Whoever calls dollars the root of all evil, just trying to make small pursuits of real people. You silver spoon feeds you the world's purest treacle, while real world folks burning spoons for the needle. Whoever calls dollars.
And that is Roottreemania. And that's all of the Roottrees are dead. I feel like there should, well, no, that's technically everybody. But I had a great time with this game. There was a lot of thinking and looking up information, but it was 100% worth it. But Again, this has been the entire playthrough of The Roottrees Are Dead. Thank you, everyone, if you've been here for the entire ride. I hope you have a fantastic time and see you on the next one.